time, and today I want to talk about how amazing this plant is. But wormwood is very effective for worms. It's good for viruses, antiviral, bacteria, and there's some interesting research, which I'll put down below, on what it can do for COVID, and is a pretty potent anti-Lyme. But today I'm going to talk a little bit more about its potent effectiveness for cancer. And I don't know why, but a lot of these remedies for worms and parasites and even viruses also tend to parallel for cancer, and wormwood is at the top of the list. The first thing that I want to talk about is in its ability to selectively cause something called apoptosis to the cancer cells. Now, first of all, the word selectively, that means that it targets the cancer cells, not your own cells. And now, what does this apoptosis mean? That means that the cell commits suicide. Okay, it kills itself. And I want to talk about it because it's quite interesting. One mechanism has to do with iron. It'll take a little bit of your own iron from your red blood cell and cause that iron to oxidize, turning it into a free radical and directing it to the cancer cell itself. Oxidation form, it's very toxic to the cells, especially cancer cells. Now, the other thing that it can do, and before I get into that, I want to just explain one thing about cancer. Cancer cells come from normal cells. Okay. So a normal cell can switch over to a cancer cell when there's damage to the mitochondria. There's this protein complex called HIF. Okay. It's this factor that involves hypoxia. Hypoxia is a lack of oxygen. So apparently it's this factor or this protein complex that triggers this switch from a normal cell to cancer cell. Also, wormwood has another mechanism of inhibiting the normal cells from producing this increase in blood vessels to the tumor. Now, wormwood is also highly anti-inflammatory. So just by addressing inflammation, you can stop the spread of cancer as well as the formation of cancer too, especially since there's this link between inflammation and cancer. And some people are using wormwood for autoimmune because autoimmune is an inflammatory problem. And the last thing involving cancer that wormwood can help a person with, it has an anti-metastatic effect, which basically means it inhibits the growth of cancer.